Hello friends, here is the list of 10 mysterious lakes in the world. Please like, share and comment.
Number 10.
Lac de Gafsa, also called Mysterious Lake, is a recently formed body of water alongside Dalmar's Road, 25 kilometers from the town of Gafsa, Indonesia. The lake, which is estimated to be between 18 and 20 meters, 59 to 65 feet, deep, has changed from its clear turquoise blue color, as discovered, to a slightly murky green, meaning the fresh flow of water has ceased and the water is now stagnant. Tunisian people living in the drought-ridden desert area of the Lake de Gafsa call its creation and appearance a miracle.
Number 9.
Rupkund, locally known as Mystery and Skeletons Lake, is a high-altitude glacial lake in the Uttarakhand state of India. It lies in the lap of Trishul Massif and is famous for the hundreds of human skeletons found at the edge of the lake. A shallow lake, having a depth of about 2 meters, Rupkund has attracted attention because of the human skeletal remains that are visible at its bottom when the snow melts. Many theories and opinions exist, from purely spiritual to scientific ones, attempting to explain the existence of these skeletons, which date back to 9th centuries. Because of the human remains, the lake has been called Skeleton Lake in recent times.
Number 8.
Lake Nyos is a crater lake in the northwest region of Cameroon, located about 315 kilometers northwest of Yaoundé. Nyos is a deep lake high on the flank of an inactive volcano in the Oka volcanic plain along the Cameroon line of volcanic activity. A volcanic dam impounds the lake waters. On August 21, 1986, a limit eruption occurred at Lake Nyos, triggering the sudden release of about 100,000 to 300,000 tons of CO2. This gas cloud rose at nearly 100 kilometers per hour and spilled over the northern lip of the lake into a valley running roughly east-west from Chot to Sabam. It then rushed down 2 valleys branching off to the north, displacing all of the air and suffocating some 1,700 people within 25 kilometers of the lake, mostly rural villagers, as well as 3,500 livestock. The villages most affected were Cha, Nyos, and Sabam.
Number 7.
Lake Pena is located in the U.S. state of Louisiana, 1.2 miles north of Del Combre and 9.1 miles west of New Iberia, near the northernmost tip of Vermilion Bay. It was a 10-foot deep freshwater body popular with sportsmen, until an unusual man-made disaster on November 20, 1980 changed its structure and the surrounding land. Texaco were drilling for oil when they accidentally punctured the roof of a mine shaft below the lake. Not that knowing the cause makes what happened next any less bizarre or terrifying. The collapse of the mine shaft created a whirlpool that became a powerful vortex. A vortex that grew and grew until it became the biggest, scariest sinkhole in human history. The entire lake was sucked down into a swirling mess of mud and terror. The drilling platform was pulled in. 11 barges on the lake at the time went under. Landslides started, bringing surrounding forest and countryside tumbling down into the sinkhole.
Number 6.
Batu Toxic Lake is the toxic lake of black sludge as the result of mining to create our tech gadgets. The surface is almost entirely black, a giant swathe of sludge that's unremittingly bleak. Nothing can grow here. The shores are all dyed as black as the lake itself. The result is a nightmarish, monochrome world. A place that's as surreal to set eyes on as it is horrifying.
Number 5.
Lake Natron is a salt and soda lake in the Arusha region of northern Tanzania. It is quite shallow, less than 3 meters deep, and varies in width depending on its water level. The lake is a maximum of 57 kilometers long and 22 kilometers wide. The alkalinity of the lake can reach a pH of greater than 12. The color of the lake is characteristic of those where very high evaporation rates occur. As water evaporates during the dry season, salinity levels increase to the point that salt-loving microorganisms begin to thrive. Most animals find the lake's high temperature, up to 60 degrees Celsius, and its high and variable salt content inhospitable.
Number 4.
Kawaijin Crater Lake filled with turquoise blue water. The color of the water is a result of its extreme acidity and a high concentration of dissolved metals. It is the world's largest highly acidic lake with a measured pH as low as 0.5. The cause of its acidity is an inflow of hydrothermal waters charged with gases from a hot magma chamber below. Speaking of acid, the air around the lake is so full of the stuff that it's almost essential to wear a gas mask while visiting. Unless you want your lungs to resemble those of a lifelong, 6-pack-a-day smoker, that is. Some people actually choose to work here, dodging streams of flickering blue fire to mine chunks of sulfur from the volcano.
Number 3.
The Pitch Lake is the largest natural deposit of asphalt in the world at L'Abri in southwest Trinidad. It is a tourist attraction that attracts about 20,000 visitors annually. The origin of the Pitch Lake is related to deep faults in connection with subduction under the Caribbean plate related to Barbados Arc. The lake has not been studied extensively, but it is believed that the lake is at the intersection of two faults, which allows oil from a deep deposit to be forced up. The lighter elements in the oil evaporate under the hot tropical sun, leaving behind the heavier asphalt. Bacterial action on the asphalt at low pressures creates petroleum in asphalt.
Number 2.
Every winter the Lost Lake fills up, and in every summer water disappear in lava tubes. It's unclear exactly where the water goes, but it possibly seeps into the porous subsurface underground, refilling the expansive aquifer that feeds springs on both sides of the Cascades. The lake's watery boom and bust cycle repeats itself every year.
And number 1.
Yellowstone Lake is a large springy lake which has black mud. Every one of you may have heard about this lake. Strange fact about this lake is, mysterious voices. People hear whispered and hum sound near the lake. They think it's some kind of alien thing. An important thing is there is a volcano at the bottom of this lake. If it one day erupted, it would be a catastrophe. Although a relatively small number would die for such a gigantic blast, the Midwest would be buried under a layer of ash, and massive crop failures would plague the US for the next decade. Thank you very much for watching. And hey, don't forget to subscribe.